Hello friends, welcome to my channel Christian Content Videos. My name is Prasanna Jangam. I'm a Christian apologist. Today I'm going to be preaching from the content series, and today's topic is why should we avoid listening to contentless preaching. If you want to know what contentless preaching is, I have a video posted on the channel titled What is Contentless Preaching. You can watch it in my channel, and also I'll drop the link of that video in the description section. You can access and view that video from there as well. So why should we avoid listening to contentless preaching? We should avoid listening to contentless preaching because of many reasons. Each I will speak on and write on, hopefully. But here are the reasons why we should avoid listening to contentless preaching. So what content does to human beings? Contentlessness does the opposite to human beings or listeners or readers of contentless things. It lulls or sleeps the spirit man. It numbs, sleeps, clouds, damages the intellectual self of a human being. It blinds people to see the unseen and the spiritual, physical things in various departments. It destroys a human life. It needs a bit of an explanation, but hopefully I'll make another video on that. But it is destructive to human beings in many ways. Contentlessness hinders or stops a man to live his life to the fullest. Contentless stuff is disappointing or dissatisfying to the soul. It is unattractive to the soul and mind to listen to. One cannot gain attention of people with contentless preaching, or at least it is very hard to gain attention of people to listen to contentless preaching. It only earns disrespect and brings disappointment both to the speaker and listener or writer. It blinds us to see our own undiscovered strength and competence to live in it, to excel in it. Contentlessness adds unnecessary and destructive weights and burdens to people's minds and lives. It's not what God has desired and designed for human beings. For example, if someone's a contentless preacher intentionally, he is dishonoring human beings, is disrespecting human beings. He is taking listeners, their lives and every aspect of their life very lightly. Even if someone wants to be even if a contentless preacher wants to take people's lives and their needs and many aspects of their lives, he will be ministering to very seriously. For few limitations or laziness or few other things, one cannot get to a level of becoming a contented preacher. This is a definite disadvantage for Christendom. So which is why if there's anyone that is wanting to get into ministry and is preparing for getting into ministry, one needs to make sure he's making time, he's putting in the work, he's working on his preparation for getting himself to be a contented preacher or a writer, so that he's not harmful or almost useless to his listeners. Contentless preaching is like serving almost no food or no food, or what is unhealthy or garbage sometimes. Preaching contentlessness is taking care of the flock in a very incompetent, impotent way. It is not being able to provide for the needs of the lives of listeners sumptuously or in abundance, in the way every listener, every child of God deserves and needs. Contentlessness disables people from earning more money. It makes people unwise. It adds weights and burdens on people's minds and lives, their past and their brains, which is not helpful to them or healthy to them. It decreases the strength of people, and many other things can be said as to why we should avoid listening to contentless preaching. It brings loss to health, wealth, long life, miracles, abundance, education, prosperity, increase in our lives. All of these things and many more things can be wrought upon us as a result of listening to contentless preaching. Contentlessness, in simple terms, is not being able to preach or explain the meaning of the Word of God, at least for 40 sentences in a sermon, each sentence building upon the previous one and each sentence getting heavy as it furthers. And unfortunately, it is a result of people sometimes not being able to make some time to make themselves contented. Delivering contentless preaching is like a master chef who is appointed to be a chef to serve and feed his children and family, who's appointed to be the master chef. Being a contentless preacher is like being a master chef who's appointed to be a server and feeder of the children and family of a billionaire, having everything needed and not being able to serve them by preparing himself or herself and serving them almost no food or no food or what is unhealthy or garbage sometimes. We don't expect that to happen to us, or we don't do that to our biological children as well if we have ours. So those who wants to get into ministry should be aware of the fact that they shouldn't do that to their flock as well. So one has to, while he's preparing or while she's preparing for her ministry, be very serious about people and people's lives and aspects of people's lives and serve them content only so that they are blessed and helped and built. On the other hand, if someone preaches contentlessness, it is only hurting and harming the listeners. So friends, these are few reasons as to why we should avoid listening to contentless preaching. So I hope you have learned something new today. Please like, share this video. If you are new here and if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please make sure you subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I post something new. Thank you for watching this video. God bless us all.